So dealing with the other side all day can get a little sticky sometimes. There are many, many benefits to being a psychic medium. I get divine guidance, I'm seriously protected, I know what's going to happen before it actually happens. There are many, many advantages to communicating with the angelic realm all day. But I'm in the mood to complain today, so I'm going to focus on all of the problems that I have dealing with higher consciousness beings. Why? Because I'm a lower consciousness being. I have doubt, fear, pride, ego, jealousy, embarrassment, you name it. I got it. Because I am a mere mortal living on this earth plane communicating with celestial beings. So sometimes there ends up being a few problems associated with the difference between the two. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Number one, pride and ego. Pride and ego is a huge one if you actually take the time to think about what it is. If you say something like, I'm not calling him, he can call me. That's pride and ego. What if he's actually your soulmate? You just made an ego-based decision. You could have really screwed yourself out of your soulmate with that one. So pride and ego gets in the way of a lot. It does not exist on the other side. So what I'm asked to do as a clear channel is move Christine Pavlina's pride and ego aside. So this causes a lot of problems for me. They will either embarrass me on the spectrum of causing me to look extremely arrogant and cocky and braggy by having me say things like, my love is pure agape, where people were like, oh, excuse me, oh. Or by saying that I'm very generous with homeless people. Do you walk around saying, yeah, I just gave that homeless person $20. I'm like really generous with that. Do you say that? No, because it's braggy, right? Well, the other side says, what's your problem, Christine? It's the truth. You're not bragging if it's the truth. And I'm meanwhile just like, great, completely mortified by it, right? Because being generous with homeless people is something that you just do. You just do and you don't talk about it. It's just whatever. You didn't do it for the attention. You did it from the heart, right? They see it as black and white. What's the problem? It's the truth, right? And then there's the other end of the spectrum where they really like embarrassing me by revealing things that make me look weak and vulnerable and lame. Just anything, you know, oh, Christine suffered from anxiety and depression and she drank too much alcohol and, you know, she would come home from work and just drink all this wine just to bring herself down and all. They'll have me reveal all sorts of personal stuff that's really embarrassing for me. They're like, what's the problem? It's the truth. Put your pride and ego aside and get over it. So that we end up butting heads on quite a bit. Along those same lines, they live in the world of absolutes. Everything is black and white like a mathematical equation. 2 + 2 = 4, period, end of day. Your opinion, your perspective doesn't affect it. It doesn't affect the fact that 2 + 2 = 4. The truth just is. They live in the world of absolutes because they're the angelic realm. They know and see all. So guess what happens? If I, as a medium, am not allowed to have pride or ego, neither are you. Why would they care about your pride and ego if they don't care about mine? So they'll have me go up to people and say, yeah, I'm sorry you're an atheist. You're actually incorrect in your thinking. A higher power does exist and we're it. And then they'll have me expand on that by saying that atheism is incorrect because you come from the divine power source. Your soul is connected to that divine power source, and without that connection, your soul would die, which is the truth. So the other side is kind of appalled by atheists because not only are they, the angelic realm, not being recognized by atheists, but they're saying that scientifically they are incorrect in their thinking. So they have no qualms about me walking up to an atheist and saying, oh yeah, you're wrong. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. They're not going to have me tiptoe around their pride and ego. They're just going to have me blurt it out. So I told them that's fine as long as they bring enough money onto my path to pay for a bodyguard so that I don't get stabbed on the way to my car. So that's another point of contention, how they live in the world of absolutes and what's your problem, Christine? Number 3, they don't believe in fear. This is another one, jeez. They are not interested in fear-based decisions. I was on the treadmill, what was it? Maybe like a few months ago, I was on the treadmill at my gym and they showed up and they said, Christine, you should have children. It will make you happy. It'll bring you spiritual fulfillment. You will love them. You will adore them. You'll really get into being an amazing mother. You want to have kids. And I'm like, yeah, I really don't want to have kids. And they said, we're not interested in fear-based decisions. And then they did something. They like sent me some energy and did something. So do we have free will? Okay, yes, no. Sometimes mine gets a little fuzzy. They changed my mind. Now I do want children very much. They were not interested in a fear-based decision for me. So they changed my mind for me on that. And then I was driving a couple days later and I felt like this golden ray of sunshine squirting into my abdomen. And I said, that's my ovary. And it stopped. Then I felt it go on the other side. I said, hey, that's my other ovary. I said, what are you guys doing? And they said, don't worry about it. So they were rejuvenating my ovaries for reproduction. So the best way I can describe it is, from Apollo 13, they stirred the tanks. Okay, so another thing with regards to fear, I have the ability to connect with my own higher consciousness, the part of my soul that lives on the other side that's directly connected to the divine. So I am able to tune in to my own higher self. And she is a very peaceful, loving goddess, right? She knows what the future holds. She is all-knowing, so she's very calm and peaceful and loving. Feels, like I said, very goddess-like. So when I am just really, really scared about the future and having doubt and really freaked out about things, I'll tune into her and literally it'll be like, what's your problem now? Oh, God. She's freaking out over nothing again. It's her specialty. That's pretty much what it's like connecting with my higher self, is like, oh God, what's your problem now? Because they're just so much calmer than we are, but very loving. Okay, number 4, dating. Dating for me is a total joke. As someone who was born and raised in LA, I am very familiar with male psychology. Right, ladies? Right? Men value what they work for. What else? We value what we work for. We want what we can't have. Whatever. Human psychology. Right, ladies? Right? Wrong! The other side doesn't cater to game playing because that's pride and ego based. The other side is all love all the time. So guess what happens to me? If they want me to be with a particular guy, they lay me out on a silver platter and hold me under his nose. And they keep me there. And they say, here she is. Do you want her? And then if the guy doesn't do anything, they take me away. And as far as when they take me away, that's up to their discretion. So dating is kind of a joke for me. There's no game playing. It's just all love all the time. That's not embarrassing. So again, one big pride swallowing siege for me as a medium. Okay, so another thing is, this is last but not least, the pursuit of goodwill for them is really serious because they're the angelic realm. If you have the ability to make a profound difference in this world and help a lot of people, they're gonna ride you like Seabiscuit. And the way they'll do that is they'll ask you to do something and they'll say, do you trust us? How much do you trust us? They will give you tests. They will make you jump through hoops. They have, constant strategies for things to make sure that you don't fall. If you do take that blind leap of faith and truly do show trust in them, they won't let you fall. They will be there to catch you. They want you to trust them and not worry about the consequences. So suppose they ask you to do something and they expect it to be done. If you give them excuses or talk about obstacles, they don't care what those obstacles are, because those obstacles are earthly things, mere mortals, whatever. They don't care. Did they care that I had a 20-year marketing career, my own marketing firm? No, they couldn't care less, because they knew that I had this gift and they knew that I had the ability to help people with that gift. So they pulled me out of marketing and told me not to look back. So they don't care if you have any fear-based decisions that you're making or any perceived obstacles. They see everything as black and white. And the reason is because it's not about you. It's about the pursuit of goodwill. It's about the people you can help. So it's not about you. if you are impeding goodwill and you are going against things that the angelic realm wants to pursue to help people, you are actually becoming part of darkness because you are going up against light. So you are making yourself part of darkness, in which case you should probably wear rubber-soled shoes for grounding in that case. So this is what is required to be a clear channel for the other side. You know, they are the absolute truth. As a matter of fact, I could use some absolute right now, but they don't allow me to drink. I have to stay sober for this. Anyway, so that is my rant for today. Just really felt like complaining. I hope you found it entertaining and enlightening. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.